Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I am Carrick, so we're still playing Democracy 4 as Germany. We got a couple more quarters left before the election's going to happen, and it looks like crime's at an all-time low, and it's still going down. Poverty's going down. That's great. Unemployment's still kind of hovering, but it looks like it's taken a dive down, which is good. Yeah, it looks like we got a few things going on. A surplus of 15 billion euros. Very nice. Imminent situation, though. Tax evasion. See, what is going on with this? All the different taxes are just bringing it up slightly, but like where there should be more systems for fighting against the evasion, right? Rather than just reduce. Like it's not like that, you know what I mean? But I don't know. The truth is, because we have a surplus, we might actually go in and look at some of the, like the sales tax. Maybe we could bring down the sales tax, right? Maybe actually, you know what? The sales tax disproportionately affects lower income people, right? We should absolutely bring down the sales tax. If we have a strong sales tax, we absolutely should bring that down. Anyways, guys, we have a playlist link. If you're just catching us now, we're about 3 or 5 episodes in. So go ahead and check out that playlist link down below and get started at the beginning of the thing here. Where is the sales tax? Is that this? That's income tax. Payroll tax. Let's search for sales tax. Okay, we're making 42 billion euros off this. Is it actually that high in Germany? Is there like a 23% sales tax, or is this averaging out many different sort of economies? Certain like luxury goods might be. No, there is a luxury tax. Never mind. There's a different tax for that in the game. 23%. That just seems outrageously high. But it could be, again, some of these numbers are not accurate to real life, right? This is just a game, and these are just the simulations that balance it out. So this could be 23%, could just be proportional based on the income and expenditure, all this other stuff, right? It could be just a balanced out at 23%. And not actually in Germany 23%. Maybe it is 23%. I don't know. It seems a little high. In the United States, I live in one of the highest sales tax states in the United States. One of the highest sales tax states, and right next to a state that has no sales tax, which is kind of interesting. But you could probably do the math on where I live then pretty easily, because there's not that many states in the United States that don't have a sales tax. However, it's closer to 10%. It's effectively 10%. It's actually less than 10%, not 23%, right? Anyways, if we bring this down, let's say we bring it down to about 30. What is this doing for us here? Equality? Yeah, it helps equality, because this is a regressive way to tax people. Poverty goes down, multinational tax evasion goes down. I want to bring this all, I'm bringing it all the way down. Cancel. Actually, I don't want to use that much political capital. We're going to be definitely running a deficit because of this now. But we can counterbalance that with a different kind of tax. Oh wait, did we not tax? Are we not taxing recreational drugs? Did we get that taxation? Yeah, we did. We did it, and we actually maximized it. We maxed it out. So, okay. What else could we enact maybe to counterbalance? Like the mansion tax would be interesting, or the vacant home tax, empty homes tax. That's not very much income, really. Diverted profits tax. Multinational tax evasion would go down because of this? Whoa. Is this what I'm looking for? A tax levied on estates regarding large company profits earned in this country regardless of their actual reporting. This is used to prevent multinational companies from claiming that all their profits are earned somehow only generated in a tax haven with little or no corporate taxes by using cunning accounting trickery. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Capitalists won't like it. Foreign relations won't like it. This is what we need. We need this. And it brings down multinational tax evasion. And we're paying $21 million to people, to state employees, to federal agents or whatever, to do this work, right? To do this work. Capitalists won't like this, though. Foreign relations. Probably an important stat, but hey, what the heck? Booyah. Let's do that. Is there something we can continue to do to help out the liberals here? Because abortion, wait a second, abortion laws, what is this? Limited circumstances? You know, ironically, we wouldn't get much of a boost with liberals with this. Liberalism would go up, but liberalism is already very high in this country. I would like to expand this. I would like to expand that. I feel like the spectrum for that is a little bit weird. The spectrum for this is very weird. 2 doctors' approvals? Like, you'd have to go to 2 different doctors to get it approved? Like, that seems... Would you even have to... Like, under... Like, in a area that has this legalized, you wouldn't even have to have a doctor's approval at all, would you? I don't know how this works, obviously, clearly. Or what would typically be expected in, you know, a free and... a liberal and free society. But it seems like there could be things in between here where you could stretch this out a bit, have things in between, and truncate and sort of shrink this section of it. But because it's saying we're in the middle here, but it doesn't really feel like it. Feels like the middle would be more like over here on this issue. But hey. Now I'm wondering, is the change that we've made to the secular schooling, where is that exactly? Oh, art subsidies, that could be kind of a cool thing to invest in. Here it is down here. Is this still kicking in? It's still kicking in, so the liberals will enjoy, or that's for, actually, no, that's for liberal membership. This is, I think this is already automatically kicked in, but for some reason we're still having a hard time getting them really happy. The government has taken, the government has to take a view on whether it is best that all students be educated together in the same classroom regardless of ability, or if it is desirable to place most talented students on their own, which will teach faster and maybe have dedicated schools for those of the highest ability. Huh. Yeah, liberals aren't gonna like this. It's kind of interesting over here. Separate classes over here. So it's kind of interesting because neutral. So separate classes seems like a step before dedicated schools, right? Like dedicated schools for public education, at least. I could see us wanting to move down to separate classes, at least, from where we are, but... It seems like an obvious thing we could bump up, too. But it would require 14 political capital that we don't have. So let's just move to the next day here. Shared parental leave. Traditionally, paid leave from work was for the mother only, but there's a proposal to make it shared so that the time can be split between both parents as they see fit. Why not? This is seen as a step towards gender equality. No, this seems like an obvious thing. Parents would love the flexibility. Conservatives don't like this. Liberals do like that, though, so that's a big deal. And it's not saying, like, even in the wording there, it was saying that the parents would get to choose. They would split the time how they see fit. It's just that, oh, you have a baby, you have a certain amount of parental leave, and then you could divide that amongst the mom or the father, the mother or the father, right? I don't know. A very well received and popular play is currently on at our country's finest theater. The director has invited you to attend a performance. This would not be an issue, but the play is a commentary on society's attitude to those in the LGBT community. Attending the play will be seen to show strong sympathy to the LGBT movement. This is a political easy win. You know, it's interesting because it's like, obviously, like, you know, we don't need to lean into, you know, these sort of like social issues when we're more focused, you know, with just making the individuals, the working class more secure and middle class more secure and so on and so forth. But why would we not attend? I mean, it sounds like there you go. Smash hit play, there you go. And I think obviously the liberals that's going to be the pro-liberal choice as well, and so on and so forth. So plenty of political capital here. We have, what do we have? 2 turns remaining. 2 turns remaining. We have a small deficit, very small deficit. Now this should be going away fast. Yeah, this diverted profits tax, that's still kicking in. That's going to be gone here soon, which is nice. Uncompetitive economy is going down because productivity still seems to be going up, which is nice. Wages, though, right? Wages are going up, which is a good thing, but it's creating the uncompetitive economy. But you know, the fact that it's hitting GDP, who cares, right? Because our GDP is still doing well. In fact, is our GDP maxed? Yeah, the relative GDP is basically maxed. So actually, I'm not worried about the uncompetitive economy. And we're actually getting pollution finally, pollution is getting under control. Reforestation is kicking in. Let's do something to send it home. Let's do something over here that will help bring it home here. Something environmental. We don't even have a state health service in Germany? What the heck? I think Germany has an interesting system for this. I don't know anything about it except for that it's different. But apparently they're saying I guess it's a mostly, just reading this, it makes me think it's mostly private health services, but maybe paid for via public funding or something like that. People is heavily subsidized or something. Or the insurance itself is through the government, right? Rather than saying, whereas a state health service would be like what they have in the UK, in England and such. So, where they actually have nationalized health services. Of course, they also have like apparently one of the best health service sectors in the world or whatever, according to those different various studies. Probably not a coincidence there. National, a lot of this stuff is just like, I mean, I see the climate change, but this doesn't even affect the environment. Yeah, I don't even know if that even really affects the environment. Ban private healthcare? Holy cow. Ban private education. Ban coal. The environment. Yeah, I think honestly 58% people like this. It's a little bit crazy maybe to do something like this before the election, but oh, it's not even a yes or no. It's kind of like the rate at which you ban coal is still sort of up for, you know, I think we do something like this, because GDP is going to come down. That's great. Yeah, actually, we go to the top. Let's bring down that GDP. Again, that's good because our GDP is basically max. So we have kind of like an allowance. Come on, middle income people. We reduced your, I guess you don't care about sales tax because you're middle income. That's interesting. Middle income is our second biggest group. Didn't we bump this up? Oh, it would have killed our compassion. Whatever. The middle income peeps want this. Let's do it. Solidarity. They don't like They don't like the property tax. They don't like the inheritance tax. They actually just don't like this guy. It looks like to some degree. Or maybe it's either, I don't know if it's that they don't like him or he's upset because his people don't. Because he's just in the wrong group. What about property tax? What if we brought this down? Honestly, we're not really making that much from property taxes. That seems like a high property tax, 40%. I could see us bringing this down and just continuing to have a more progressive, like compensating by raising the, right? Raise this, lower property tax. Yeah, basically raise this enough to compensate for the difference in income. And then get rid of property taxes altogether. It's interesting that the wealthy doesn't really care, and I guess that's just because by and large, the wealthy don't really like have like physical property that would be taxed via tax like this, or at least they don't have a disparate. They have the physical property that the wealthy would own. They might have the biggest houses and the nicest this and the nicest that's, but they'd still have proportional to their total wealth. They'd have less property than like a middle income family whose vast majority of their wealth is in their home ownership. Whereas if a billionaire owns a house, even if it's the nicest house in the world, that house isn't worth, is only worth maybe $100 million or something. And even that would be outrageously expensive, right? But that would only be 10% of their total wealth. Whereas someone that owns a house, that's probably like 80% of their total wealth, or maybe more, maybe all of it. This is not coming. It's trying to come down, but it's not really coming down too fast. And this isn't coming down because obviously we have the pollution that's keeping it up. I'd really like to do something to help the environment, but man, fuel efficiency standards, oil demand. I feel like oil demand's well, it's not actually bottomed. It's not actually bottomed out yet. Carpooling campaign. No one wants to carpool, but the fuel efficiency standards actually is pretty popular with the voters. CO2 emissions good. Yeah, what the heck? Let's throw this down. And we'll go to the next. And unfortunately, I don't think these environmental changes, they take too long. Your spouse has been reported to have taken a private jet to go shopping abroad. As the leader of a government, this high-profile abuse of power will not be well received by the electorate. Oh no. Holy cow. Right before the election? Yikes. Changes to the policy ban coal so close to the election has made some voters cynical about your party. Whoa. That's not good. Are we going to lose this election? Internet crime. Intelligence. The liberals don't like this. Helps increase the private space industry, though, which we already have going. Man, this doesn't really affect crime that much. What else can we do for this? We could tax cryptocurrencies to try to bring down the cryptocurrency adoption. We might do that. So again, taxation really, and this actually is probably an appropriate cryptocurrency taxation. So yeah, well, no one would like this. Oh man, no one would like this. Please tell me we didn't activate that. We did activate that. Oh no. Oh no. I just wanted to look and see what it would look like. Well, we'll see. We'll see. That probably was that could have been a very bad thing to have done there right before the election. We have speeches. We can give out a speech. So we know that the well, if we could get the liberals happier with us, that would be good. And the capitalists happier with us, that would be good. And middle income people happier with us would be good. Let's actually try to put on a speech. Socialists already kind of like us as it is. Where's middle income? Youth, parents, conservatives. Do we have a middle income? This guy's a liberal, but it's only +1. That's not really much of a talking point. State employees. Most of our country is state employees. I'm actually really not that impressed with our options here. The Granola Party. Dang. Members and donors are like overlapped here. So the People's Choice Party seems to be doing well in terms of their funding. We have high compassion. Our trustworthiness is pretty low. We could try to do a media stunt. Impact on perceptions, 22%. Success chance, 62%. I feel like being interviewed on morning television would just be good. Like, I think this isn't a stunt, would it be? 80% chance to succeed down here. 5 capital costs. You know what? Let's launch this event. Success. Hey, trustworthiness went way up. That could be, I don't know, that could make a difference. Cut property tax. Where's cut? Yeah, cut property tax by 50%. Yes, we will pledge to do that. Middle income should go up now. I don't know if that's going to make a difference, but okay. We have 3 more. Raise secularity of education by 25%. Don't we already have that mostly maxed? Cut selective schooling. Okay, that's something we've talked about potentially wanting to reduce. Cut the intelligence services by 50%. Cut the solidarity tax by 50%. What is this ID cards thing? Some say ID cards act as a powerful deterrent against terrorism and others serious crimes, but liberals would argue that it is infringement on individual civil liberties for the state to demand that citizens identify themselves on the spot. Actually, the liberals hate, like, this is a huge red bar. Holy cow, biometric? I could see us reducing this. I mean, just having an ID card seems reasonable. That's what this is, right? This is like just have an ID card. This is like you must have an ID card. And this is like your ID card will somehow be biometric or something or something. This is like active enforcement of the law. I think we should definitely try to get it down to here. Just the, you know, it's promoted, right? It's not, it is voluntary, but not only is it voluntary, but it's kind of like actively promoted that, hey, you know, it'd be good if you had your ID card on you in case you get into a car accident or something, right? Like, I don't think anyone really has issues with ID cards. It's just that the idea that like ID cards that are like would force, you know, the like just having to have an ID card to like maybe do something that usually shouldn't require an ID card or something like that. You know what I mean? Excessive, you know, being excessive about requiring one. But then I guess, like, I don't know, the ID card is something, I'll admit that for me personally, that's something that I have a hard time understanding a little bit. But apparently, like, I guess it's just that it's sometimes it's too difficult to get an ID card. And maybe that's ultimately where things need to, you know, be improved as well or something. Let's roll. Demand from the donor. I don't have enough capital. Like, if I'm going to get a demand from a donor, I need to see that ahead of time. Oh, this is the election? Holy cow. Here we go. Let's start the count. Activist boost 2.6. We have a few activists. We have a spending. We have about as much spending as the People's Choice Party, which is interesting, but not these guys have more spending than us. Is it all going to come down to spending? Is that it? Is it all just come down to spend? No. In fact, wait a second. What? Wait, I'm confused. I thought that would be way closer. Okay, it might be too easy. It might be too easy with 3 parties. I can't remember. I remember they were talking about this when the game came out or when they added the 3-party system. It's either too easy with 3 parties or it's extra difficult. It must be too easy. That's what I think is going on here. But holy cow, we have won the election. We have won the election. But even if all these guys, like, we had 65% of the vote. That's a majority. We're forming a government over here. I actually don't know much about Germany's. Okay, let's fire them. Let's fire them. Actually, those are the ones that you keep. Nope. That's actually not what happens. Those were the ones that we were firing. Back. Too late. Oh, rip. Okay. Can we just re-hire the same peeps? Yeah, we could just put the same people back in their place because she was already there in foreign policy. Although she might have lost some kind of bonus or something that she might have had going for her. Guys, thanks everybody for watching. We could be back with another episode. I don't know. We survived a term. It seems like we're just going to keep getting reelected over and over again. We got a surplus of 7 billion. We have maxed out our GDP. This game is still in balancing, right? It's early access. Balance is probably one of the last things. The global economy is even taking a dive, and yet we're doing so well economically. So we're doing very, very well. I would really like to get rid of this pollution thing, but oh, guys, it looks like within a turn or two, if we can do just one more thing to help the environment, we can get rid of this pollution modifier, maybe permanently. We still have an uncompetitive economy, but it's only affecting the capitalists and GDP. We don't really care that much about that, to be honest. Technological advancements going up, space programs going up, everything's going up. Things are looking green, things are looking good. Internet crime is triggered, though. Affects GDP and everybody doesn't like it. Technology, it's just our technology is too good. It's too good. Guys, thanks everybody for watching. If you guys have questions or comments or anything like that, please ask down below, and I will make sure to answer those. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next episode. And let me know what you guys think about the Democracy 4 content, guys, because there's a lot more countries we could do. There's a lot more different ways that we could play. This was me just trying to survive, because I know that when I did France, it was very difficult. I think France actually has some unique, interesting things going on with it. And I think France's political system, in actuality, is pretty, like, fluid and tumultuous in a good way, like in a good democratic small d way, you know what I mean? Yeah, but anyways, so we could do all kinds of different things, or we could continue on with this Germany one and just try to make I guess continue to improve society for everybody here in Germany, and so on and so forth. Thanks guys, I'll see you guys in the next episode.